Hello everyone, welcome. David, thank you for the subs and the gift and the bits. And thank you, Protected Pancakes. Welcome everyone. Well buddy, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Lottie, your local magical girl with a slight gotcha addiction. Just a slight gotcha addiction. Today, my father is not in chat. I hope. Let me check actually. Let me check. Is this man here? He should be working. He is not here, yes. So today, my father is not in chat. He is actually working for once, like he should be. Hold on, I was switching up with the settings. But yes, today we're going to be playing Hakuoki Kyoto Winds. It is a very old otome. I think it was originally released on the PSP, then they brought it over to the PS Vita. What's his name handle? So, no, do not friend him. He literally has his name handle as the Steelers, something, and it's some random number after it because his favorite football team is the Steelers. Like, he literally texted me as soon as I went live with a screenshot of my stream saying, "She's live!" I was like, no! And then he typed in chat, yes. And he was there for a few minutes before he went back to work. No, do not friend this man. He needs to stop it. I'm glad he's very supportive of me, though. Yeah, even after when he came home from work yesterday, he even said, "How was your stream after?" I swear. But yes, welcome everyone. We're going to be playing Hakuoki. It is one of the earliest otomes I have played. I legit do not remember a single thing about this, but this is basically me playing it new. So we'll see how everything works out. This is the first one, one of the remakes, and then after this is Edo Blossoms. I do want to go through everything, all the bad ends, good ends, and stuff like that. So I will be using a walkthrough so I can get through every single ending. Alright, so we can go ahead and start as a new game. Oh, jeez, it is always so pretty! Alright, let me change the name. Oh, here we go. Enter. I am now known as Lottie Yukimura. Alright, confirm. Proceed. Okay. I gotta remember there's keyboard stuff here. Alright. Confirm. Ending name input. Proceed. Okay. Oh, right, yes. I pressed the wrong one. Alright. Alright, we're in the prologue. The year is 1864. I don't think I trust you with the sword. Hello? You can definitely trust me with the sword. There's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely trust me with the sword. I'll make sure not to accidentally hurt anyone. Oh, hold on. The text is a bit slow. Is there a way to fix that video? No, back. Game settings. Text speed, here we go. Text. Make that a bit fast, since I like the fast text. Romance. You could, excuse me, you can turn off the romance in this? Interesting. Back. Alright, so let me make sure. Game settings. Alright, what? Fast. Alright. And... oh, no. 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 Alright, and... Oh, confirm, yes. Alright, so we should be good. And how do you go back again? Hold on. They have certain controls for this damn game. L for return. There we go. So this is Kyoto. It was awfully impressive, no denying it. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. They nodded and smiled to one another, as if family and not strangers about on errands. Still, there is something else as well. Something making the city feel strangely cold. Almost as though there is a great invisible wall shutting out anyone wandering the country. I'm not really sure if I belong here. No, that's just all in my head. I walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and body were exhausted. Even so, tiredness was no reason to meander and feel sorry for myself. I couldn't afford to. Excuse me? I hesitantly stopped a passerby. I'm sorry, I just seem to be a bit lost. Could you... Are they gonna help? What am I supposed to do now? Did that person not help us out? I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. Or did that person give us instructions and we couldn't understand them properly and walked around like an idiot? I sighed and looked up at the darkened sky. The sun was beginning to set. People I'd spoken to showed me no unkindness, and they given me directions I needed, but... Was now really the best time to leave the city? B! Oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you! Yes, it's been so long! I hope you're well. I hope you saw lots of Ikemen wherever you were at. Welcome, welcome, welcome back! We're playing a Hakuoki Kyoto Winds today. I will technically replaying it for me, but it's been years, so I do not remember a single thing about this game. The only person besides father I could rely on in the city who I could rely on, Dr. Masimoto. Dr. Masimoto was a doctor serving the shogunate. I had never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in that man. He had told me that if I ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Masimoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Masimoto was out on business and would not return for some time. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It is indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had sent a letter prior to my arrival. But it seems he had left before reading my letter. Perhaps, I thought, I should have waited for a reply before traveling to an unfamiliar city. But I can no longer spend the time waiting idly for news. Oh yes, it's been a while, and yes, it's been forever since I played this, but man, I just remember a lot of it. Bruh, my mind is just full of so many different husband notes. It's so hard trying to remember everything. But I can't wait to actually replay everything and relive all of my past experiences. Is something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me. Hold on, hold on, I'm looking at the keys for these settings. What is menu? Menu is I. Alright, there you go. Let me put up voice. Here we go. Voice. Make it a bit higher for me. Let me put down the effects a bit. Movie. Bit up. And then background. Background's pretty good where it is. So there you go. Back and save. Alright, and then back was... Oh, there we go. Is it for business again? He left the house often during that period. Sometimes for days at a time. How long will you be gone? Oh. There is no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. Please, Father, just be careful. They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. He only smiled and nodded. All right, you promise? Father kept his promise. A new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he worried about me being home all by myself. Then the letter stopped. A whole month passed with no word. Father, they say Kyoto is full of ronin. It is not a safe place. Usually, a samurai is paid by their house, but ronin who report to no house often rob people in order to make ends meet. They're nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of a samurai. Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of Ronin. Small wonder, then, that I worried for my father. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I often found myself depressed and tensed. First, I suppose I need to find a place to stay. Lost in thought, I didn't notice nightfall descended. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea of how long searching for him would take. I brought a negligible sum of money with me, enough to last me a month, if used wisely. Finding father in this window of time was a must. Depressed and tense, see? Right? We can literally just feel the energy from the MC. We are the MC. Otherwise, I would have to depend on Dr. Matsumoto returning in this time, or else I'd be forced to return home without a word. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off my path. Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. Kyoto presented many dangers to a young girl hoping to explore the city without direction. My disguise, such as it was, proved successful, and I safely made it all the way to Kyoto. Such success went to my head and led me to believe I could explore Kyoto as I pleased. But Kyoto is not a safe place. I should have remembered that. Do you have a Discord, Lati? Yes, I do. Hold up. Yeah. Give me a sec. Yeah, I use Discord honestly all the time. Let me get my boop boop boop. Let me get it. Yes, in chat real quick. So, this is capital T, crown, and one whole cycle. There we go. That's my Discord name. I'm always on Discord, honestly. Or you can see my status on Discord saying I'm playing an anime game, like always. Make sure I have the routes. Alright, we're good. Instead, I somehow convinced myself that the city's hidden dangers didn't apply to me. Oh no, already? I was about to discover otherwise. Do you have your own server for us SSStaries? I do! Yeah, hold on. Discord. There we go, right here. We mostly watch animes together, and that's really it. And share video and pictures of hot anime guys in it. It's literally just a simp server for anime guys. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 Ronin. I'll tolerate it for you. Why, thank you, David. Thank you. We'll probably have another watch night sometime next week. I just gotta gather info from Bio and Demo, and then we'll see. We're not sure what we're gonna watch yet, but we gotta continue watching Visual Prison. We're probably gonna rewatch Tiger and Bunny together. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching nonchalantly for my kodachi. My father encouraged me to take sword lessons. I kept with them, and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. However, perhaps my overconfidence in myself is what served the situation at hand to me. Tiger Bunny. Yeah! Since the new anime is coming out next year, I decided it would be really nice to watch all the first season and then the movies together, just to refresh our minds with it. Oh, I didn't read that last one. Ooh! There were 3 of them, and 1 of me. Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my sword than they were in me. Why is it called the Love Cage Keepers? Because we put our anime guys in love cages. That's why. So they're protected by us. So we are the Love Cage Keepers. If you like an anime guy, you put him in the love cage. I haven't showed the love cage in a while, actually. I should bring that back up. Hold on, where is it? Hold on. Do I still have my love cage with me? I didn't mean to do that. Ooh. Go away. There we go. Like, hold on. Do I still have the love cage with me? I do! Hold on. Hakuoki's down there, huh? I gotta move Hakuoki real quick. Where's my game folder? Games? Hakuoki. There we go. Here it is, the love cage. Yes, they are protected in the love cage. I swear to God. Look, they're all in the love cage, looking all nice and perfect and cute. Look, there they are, the love cage. See, the love cage. From the first Otsobe game, because I romance all of them. So I have to put them to the side so I can slowly add these guys. Do not cancel the cage. Do not cancel the cage. The cage is perfect. It is there for their protection, so nothing will soil them. Alright, let me... Oh, there we go. Not free the homies. Yeah, sorry for disappearing on you. I've been busy with school and applying for colleges, so sometime kind of got away from me. That's totally fine. I totally understand. We have real life to deal with sometimes, so we can't be there for everything. Must protect pretty boys. Yes, we protect the pretty boys by putting them in cages. That is what it's there for. The love cage. It's like with Toma in Amnesia when he puts you in the cage for your protection. He doesn't want you to be soiled by the dirty things outside. Bro, Tomo's route awakens the yandere lover inside me. Like, now every day I gotta read a yandere times reader fanfic or I'm not satisfied with life. But this is... The sword wasn't just some blade I'd picked up. It was a family heirloom spanning generations. There was no way I could give it to the Ronin. Though I had a feeling they wouldn't understand. Yeah, but hopefully I'm here to... That's totally fine! Yes, 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 B! Actually had a whole talk with a friend about Amnesia and a few other otomes yesterday. Bro, I can talk about otomes forever! And husbandos. But I gotta start playing more of my backlog. I have like 20, 25 plus games in that damn backlog. And they just released Cupid Parasite a while ago. And I have that, but I know there's supposed to be a patch that's coming in for Cupid Parasite to fix some of the text. So I'll probably wait until then to play it. But I do want to stream Cafe Enchante one day. I gotta get a proper Switch though, because I only have a Switch Lite. And you can't stream for a Switch Lite, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle. In such a situation, the best decision was undoubtedly to retreat. I turned and ran as fast as my legs could. Bro, the way they named Ichiro and Saburo, was the other guy named Jiro? Actually, didn't notice. Hold on. Ichiro. The other guy name was Saburo. Saburo. Oh my gosh, the names! Like Hypnosis Mike, because their names means first son, second son, and like third son. Interesting how they did that. Alright. Ichiro, Jiro, and Saburo. Gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? I feel like I've been running for quite a while, but I can still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. I ducked into an alley, flattening against the wall. After deciding they weren't too close, I crept further into the alley. Someone left a couple of sheets of wood leaning against one of the houses. A perfect hiding spot. With luck, I thought, kneeling down under them. This is my way to escape this mess. Huh? I was listening for sounds intently. A suspicious calm entered my mind. I expected to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but seconds turned into minutes. I heard nothing. I was about to sneak out and have a look when... Oh, so someone is slaughtering them. Okay. Well, that's just every day, isn't it? What? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was more important. Still... Bro, when you hear someone say, why won't you die? No, you don't want any of that, obviously. It was then that true fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there. Something quite possibly lethal. My imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories. Even so, I could feel an itch of curiosity. I wanted to know what was out there. Carefully, I peeked around the corner's edge. The cold reflection of moonlight upon a blade glared at me, and my eyes followed it to the arm that held it, clad in a coat of light blue. The Shisesagami! Had this person saved me? Bruh, is this what I think it is? But no slower that it appeared, my hopes vanished. Oh, this person's creepy. Kinda crazy, but I like crazy, honestly. Oh, goodbye, Jito. I heard the Ronin stumbling to beg for his life. The person in the blue coat said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. Oh, I don't think he made it. Do you guys think he made it? That sounds kind of lethal. A high screeching laugh cut the man's screams. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's knife rather than a sword. No skill, just death. The scream turned wet, caught, and disappeared, like air leaving half-empty bellows. My eyes went wide. I had just witnessed a murder. This is the reason why you shouldn't be in the city. You shouldn't be where there's lots of people. Any strength I received vanished quickly. My legs gave way, and I crumbled to the ground. My eyes widened like busted shells. Jesus! He died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blades fell, carving lines into the corpse. The soft slip of the blade through flesh, the silent creep of blood across ground. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw, animalistic violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. I could feel my throat clench tightly, and a warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized that coppery tang of blood. An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. What was I going to do? What could I do? You have to run, Lottie. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This is the only chance I get. I'd have to... Oh! My body, still numb with fear, was unresponsive. I lurched sideways against the stacked wood, and with a rough clatter, it collapsed. Oh, yeah, of course that would happen. Ooh. Hello? I am just a regular person walking by. I swear I didn't see a single thing. I didn't see a single thing. The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood. So that, as I said, the blue, the Shinsengumi coat. Okay. I know some stuff, mostly from Ikemen animes, but I know some stuff. Their eyes locked with mine and bore into me. So not gonna lie, this guy on the right kind of looking hot right there, honestly. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement as prey to slaughter. I had to run. I couldn't die yet, but my legs refused to move. Their hideous cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. My body was frozen with fear. I couldn't even scream. This was it. This was the end. Huh? I watched them raise their bloody swords, the moon glinting off the metal. Then there was a flash of light and the soft splash of blood. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. Bruh. Bruh, I barely remember this game, but I sure as hell remember the guys. Hello, Steve. Oh my gosh, and the Morty Kubo voice. I am a slave to him. Oh gosh, I totally remember this one. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy. Yes, our boys! Look! Bro, I can already tell. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is Okita! As he spoke, the strange man smiled, almost as if he were enjoying himself. Oh, I sure as hell remember Saito, too! I know that shaggy hair anywhere. Oh, I remember. Oh, I'm starting to get some memories back of them being hot. Oh my god, I'm so weak. He laughed. The man called Saito sighed with the air of a long-suffering companion and looked at me. His tone was light, but it confirmed my fears. I may have escaped the schemes of the Ronin, but I was ensnared by something much darker. Huh? Then who was in charge of these two? Their conversation led me to believe they were part of an organization. As I thought about it, I recalled hearing about the men with blue coats. My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh, I sure as hell remember these scenes. The memories are flashing. Oh. I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. For reasons I couldn't fathom, in the moment the light of his hair made me think of the wistfulness of flower petals. It was almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season. His voice was cold and quiet, like a blade of ice. Blue-white moonlight lit his slender face and shone from the blade pointed at my chest. But it wasn't the sword making my breath catch. It was his eyes. They were fierce and hard, but somewhere behind them. Poetic eggs, yes! I could catch a glimpse of something else. There could be no doubt that he was prepared to kill me, and yet he looked troubled. Not kindness, perhaps, but mercy? Bruh, oh, sexy voice too. I nodded. There is no doubt he meant every word he said. He stared at me for a moment, the grimace, and put his sword away, sighing. What? I was too surprised to stop myself from speaking, and it quickly became apparent that I wasn't the only one. As he spoke to the man he called Hijikata, his eyes narrowed. The man called Hijikata frowned back at him. Hmm? It was clear enough that what I've seen was something they wanted to keep hidden. The more they said, the more I got it. It was more clear none of us wanted such a thing. Oh, please don't off me. Please don't off me. The way he looked at me made me feel as if he read my mind. Is that Toriyumi Kosuke? You know, when I first started playing Otomes, I wasn't really into voice actors, but now when I was playing the old ones, I definitely recognize some good voices. Then he looked down at the creature he killed, as though he'd forgotten the whole ordeal. He peered down at the corpse, his face an emotionless mask. When he looked back up at his companions, however, his eyes narrowed. Oh no, I know nothing, I just live in the country. He was right. No, he's not. No, he's not. We don't know a single thing. Even I had heard stories about a gang of cruel men in blue coats who cut down people in the streets, and didn't know how to confront the dilemma of pretending I didn't see any of these horrors. My mind swirled through a pool of worries and thoughts, almost as if I was being drawn into their world. A world where there is nothing strange in carrying on a normal conversation in the dead of night with corpses for company. Hijikata thought for a moment before he spoke. He gave a derisive bark of laughter. He looked directly at me, and I got the distinct feeling his words weren't for his companions. It was common for people to be murdered in Kyoto. It was a dangerous city, after all. I knew that, of course. But to see it happen? That was something else entirely. If death was such an easy thing in Kyoto, I thought, then the city itself must surely be mad. Yeah, you did. Huh? I didn't realize right away he was speaking to me. When I did, my eyes went wide. What do you mean, you saved me? Well, he did have a point. Despite their threats, they saved my life. I stood up as steadily as I could manage, brushing some dirt off my clothes, and bowed. Thank you very much. I apologize for not thanking you earlier. There was so much going on, I was a little confused. I glanced up at him tentatively. The man called Hajime also looked confused. His eyes were wide, and he had an expression I couldn't place. Hijikata looked as though he'd taken a bite of something sour. I sighed deeply before continuing. I know it seems weird to say that, but he told me I should say thanks, so I looked up. Saito and Hijikata both stared pointedly at anything but me, and the third man was shaking with laughter. He broke out in laughter again, so much so that he was forced to wipe a few tears from his eyes as he straightened up. Thank you for helping me. Not quite sure what else to do, I bowed again. Whatever mirth was inspired was gone. The man called Saito now spoke with quiet urgency. The man named Okita grabbed hold of my wrist, smiled, and led us down the street. His grip was a touch too tight to be friendly, his fingers like iron cables around my arm. There was no question about my situation. I quickly picked up on the notion that if I were to run, I would be killed instantly. My life was in the hands of these strange men. I set my jaw and stood up as straight as I could. My eyes crept up from the blood-stained coat and met Saito's gaze. Kinda cryptic there, aren't you? His words were like a dagger in my stomach. What was going to happen to me? Was I going to die? As we walked through the bleak Kyoto night, I felt horror crawl its way up my spine once again. The cause of my horror wasn't the gruesome end that awaited me, but something else entirely. I spoke with these men and watched them stand next to a warm corpse soaking in blood. That I had done such a thing terrified me in an altogether different way. Perhaps this is what it's like to go mad. Eee. Hey, and then so I guess that's part of the prologue. And we have the opening. Shizuru's please stay quiet. Right? I'm sitting there being quiet. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow you. Bro, I'm like, yes, sir. You're in charge. Go ahead, do whatever you want. I ain't fighting back. Saw how you took out those dudes. Oh, look at everyone being so hot. Harato! Oh man. Bro, this art style is so freaking pretty. Oh, yo, why's my dude kind of look like Gilgamesh? Alright, let me save. So that should be the whole prologue? It was pretty nice and short if that was just the prologue. I think you do like 5 episodes before it's the official branching routes. Yeah, okay, so we finished the prologue. So let me actually... What was menu? And I'll save. Alright, so yeah. Continue. Okay, yeah, and I'll save. So we have that. Save. Alright. Save. How many files do they give us? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Where did it save at? Where did it save at? No, not 2 at 1. Okay, so 1. So 2, I'll just overwrite 2. Thank you everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you guys either on Twitter, Discord, wherever.